Recording stopped, Kishore. So these are not exaggerations. These are facts, but we have to do with our hearts. We have to really put our hearts in these activities, knowing that doing these things are very pleasing to Krishna. Circumambulated the temple of the Lord. Unfortunately, is a facility you don't have in Braja. But most of the temples in the holy dhams in India, we have a facility to go around the temple. And it's so nice. It's so crowded, pilgrims going around singing. It's just so beautiful. So beautiful. A person with circumambulating the deity of Vishnu can counteract the circumambulation of repeated birth and death in this material world. No more caught in the cycle of birth and death. Wow, look at that. Deity worship, yes, is a very important, and you're going to see more later on as one of the most important aspects of pure devotional service is deity worship. So you can do in the temples by assisting the deity worship and singing for the deities. Or if you have deities at home, you can also do some simplified worship regularly. It's very, very purifying to worship the form of the Lord. Simply by worshiping Krishna, one can easily achieve all the results of heavenly opulence, liberation, supremacy over the planetary systems of the universe, all the opulences of this material world, and the mystic power of performing the yoga system. So powerful, simply by worshiping Krishna. And it's so simple, actually. So simple to worship Krishna. Rendering service to the Lord. Rendering service to the Lord is also worshiping, but in a way done with great opulence. Like sometimes we take the deities outside in a palanquin, or put the deities in a park or in a garden, and then we decorate with great opulence. So that's a particular aspect of deity worship where we can do more elaborate service to the deities. And it's really very beautiful. In India, where they have so many facilities with flowers and everything, it's just so beautiful, so beautiful. So we worship the Lord as the kings. They used to be worshipped in the days of the past, very opulently, very opulently. Singing, yes, singing, a very beautiful, very important item of sadhana. Singing in kirtan. Anyone who is singing in kirtan certainly will be elevated to the spiritual world. Yes. Singing is one of, you're going to see later, is one of the most powerful items of devotional service. And Sankirtan, going Harinam, it is more like Harinam, singing loudly. This is a performance that was always there, and is still in many cities in the world. In many cities in the world, every once in a week, there is always Harinam. In Braja, sometimes the devotees, I don't know if they're still going now with the COVID, but probably very soon they can resume the Harinams. It's nice. It's really very powerful, and many people receive the mercy of hearing the holy names. You can distribute prasadam, and you can sing and dance in the streets. It's just so nice. People are so amazed to see the devotees' joyful mood, and the devotees feel so happy to be able to perform this in public. So Sankirtan, Harinam, very important. There is one street in London, Oxford Street, is near the temple. And the devotees have been doing a Harinam in that street every day for the last 30 years. No, now 40 years. For the last 40 years, non-stop, every day, some devotees go on Harinam in that street. Can you imagine? And on Sundays, Sunday evenings or Saturday evenings, I don't remember, I think Saturday evenings. Saturday evenings, they go, lots of devotees join in that Harinam, more than 100 devotees, and they go through the street, and everybody is so used to see the devotees that they come out from the restaurants and start banging on the pots, and the police pass with a car and they klaxon with making the noise, wow, 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 and salutate the devotees. Everybody loves to see the Harinam because it's a cultural part of the city now. Harinam in Oxford Street. There are people who in their tourist brochure, they are encouraged to visit Oxford City, Oxford Street on Sunday evenings to watch the Harinam. So it's part of the touristic attractions. Japa. Yes, we all know how important is the chanting of the holy names in a softly way for oneself, hearing, very nice. Submission. Submission is like a personal prayer where we express our own feelings for Krishna. We can express our heartfelt desire to perform better devotional service is one way of expressing ourselves in front of the Lord, in front of the deity, or just even without being in front of the deity, just close your eyes, offer obeisance, and offer, submit yourself to the Lord, showing heartfelt desire to perform better devotional service, or expressing one's insignificance in terms of not being qualified for devotional service, or expressing a desire to attain a particular perfection, that will be pleasing to the Lord. Of course, this is very advanced, but at least expressing our insignificance, and ask the Lord to really empower us to do good devotional service, and expressing our desire to perform better in devotional service. This is a very nice items of submission that we can do on a daily practice. It's very nice. It's kind of opening your heart to the Lord in confidence. It's easier than open the heart to a person who is in front of us, who may judge us. The Lord does not judge us, and is very kind and hears our submissions. So it's very nice. 36 is reciting notable prayers. This is reciting prayers that are already composed by great devotees. We just repeat those prayers, and we can make those prayers our prayers. Means we may feel those words that are expressed in the prayers, and we recite them. This is one very nice way. Or the next one is a very difficult one, partaking of prasadam. That's a tough one, very difficult. Yeah, I should not put this one here. I know it's so difficult to accept prasadam. So simple thing, we all have to eat, and we like to eat nice food, and prasada is always nice. Prasada is always nice. So partaking prasada is a devotional activity, but we should learn how to do in a proper mood, not just eat. Eating, Srila Prabhupada said, eating is for animals. Animals also eat. The devotees, they honor prasadam. Honor means we eat, but with that feeling of honoring the mercy of the Lord. Drinking Charanamrita. I believe they still offer Charanamrita in the temple.
Yes, Ashu, but
yes, you do. Yeah. In Braja used to be very nice. The Charanamrita there is very nice, very sweet. So this is the water that has washed the lotus feet of the Lord, is the nectar of the water that washed the lotus feet of the Lord, sometimes mixed with yogurt and other fragrant substances. Another good item that you should not miss is to smell the incense of the flowers offered to the Lord. So if somebody gives you a flower that was offered to the Lord, please smell it. Put it in your head and then smell it, appreciate. In Braja, we have very nice fragrant flowers, so fragrance is there. Touching the deity, this is particular for those of you who worship deities. So if you base the deities or massage the deities, naturally you are going to touch the deities. The devotees in the worship deities in the temples, they always touch the deities, and it's a great privilege to be able to touch the deity, you know. And there is a procedure how to do that. We don't do whimsically, but it's very nice to touch the deity. To see the deity, yes. As the first thing, as we said, we go to the temple and see the deity in the temple before doing anything else. And observing Artik and celebrations of the Lord. Srila Prabhupada did that even when he was a child. He was observing Ratha Yatra as a child with a small chariot and inviting his small friends, you know, and all enjoying the parade. And he did this regularly. So here sometimes our children also do these things, you know, do some festival, and they play the kirtans and they do everything, they conduct everything. So observing Artik and celebrations like we have now, on the 10th, we have the celebration of Lord Ramachandra. It's very beautiful pastime, beautiful incarnation of the Lord. So you can all attend this program if you are able. It's on Sunday. So this is one very good item of devotional service, very joyful. There's always nice kirtans and the prasad is always special and nice stories, you know, nice pastimes of the Lord. So we stop here for tonight, 42, and we'll continue next time, next Wednesday, Krishna willing.
Okay.
So please go back to the memorization of the verse. Don't give out. Don't give up. Huh? Memorize until it really stays within your memory and within your hearts, so that you remember all the time. It's just not just for the sake of memorizing, but to keep in your heart. Very, very important. And know the meaning, know very properly the meaning, because as we said, it opens the understanding of what pure devotional service is. Okay, if you have any question, you can have some time for questions. I can stop the sharing now, and we can have just some sharing or questions or comments, whatever you like to do.
Hare
For the
Krishna.
next, yes, go.
Yeah, you mentioned about the chapter 8 offenses to be
In
avoided.
deity worship.
Yeah, so I mean, on the next session, we have to kind of like share something that we do not understand.
Yeah, you know what I want you to do it to go through them. They're not too many. Go through them and try to grasp them. They are quite common sense, most of them, but some maybe you find a little strange or you don't understand very well. This is what I want to bring next time.
Okay.
I read this one, the number one, which number of offense, and we can check it, you know, and then we can explain it in more detail and why it's an offense.
Okay.
So just make it very clear.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Any other? So anything that we go through, if you really feel strange or you really don't understand very well, please do not hesitate to ask. You know, it's nothing wrong in asking to make things very clear. You know, so do it. Don't hesitate. Make it very clear, because certain things, yeah, we are not used to. We are not used to in our normal life, in a so-called normal life in the material world. So when we find some rules and some things that totally different from what we are used to have, you know, so it's nice to know, because we want to change our nature from a materialistic person used to materialistic ways of living and attitudes and behavior. And we want to become now a Vaikuntha person, a person of the spiritual world. So we have to learn how to behave as a person of the spiritual world, as a devotee. Because when you go back to Krishna, we will not feel strange. We already know how to behave. That's what you're learning now. So when you go back to Krishna, it's just natural. You know how to do because you already have been doing. And it's the proper behavior of individual souls. Whatever behavior we have acquired because of material upbringing, it's artificial. It's imposed by material nature. It's one way of doing in the Philippines, one way of doing here in Taiwan, in China, different ways of doing. It's nothing in common. Many things are not in common. But when you come to a behavior of a devotee, is common to all living entities because they are all individual souls. So this is the common behavior of individual soul, the attitude in devotional service, what you should do, what you should not do. It's our proper behavior as individual souls. Okay. Thank you for your patience. And again, we're gonna check again the verse next time. So I hope you can, like a flash. Yes, Risa.
Actually, I
Yeah.
have a question.
Yeah.
Is it really possible to be able to follow all the rules? I mean, because there are really a lot of rules.
Yeah.
Possible.
Don't worry. In the beginning, we'll not be able to follow most of these rules. Yes, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. As we're going to see in the end, we're gonna concentrate on five major practice out of all these 64. So you don't need to worry so much. It comes naturally as you start practicing more and more. Naturally, you feel inclined to know more about this. It becomes a normal thing for you. You want to know more, so you already know, and then gradually you start practicing them. You feel natural. You feel natural to practice those things. Now, yes, it's a lot. All of a sudden is a lot of information of what you should do, what you should not do. So don't worry so much. You're just going through them and you are knowing them, and as much as you can do, you do. And then you're going to see what are the most important things that you really should focus and you really should do, in order to get the most benefit of devotional service. And all these rules, you could say, or these things we should do in our Vaishnava etiquette, they are all meant to help us. They are meant to help us. But as you said, there are too many for us that we are not used to these things. So it may sound too many. So don't worry. Just hear them. Yes, okay, maybe one day I'll be able. But then naturally you're going to see, as you live more a life of a devotee, the more you're going to feel doing these things because you want to be really a devotee and do all these things. And then you feel it's natural. It comes natural. But in the beginning, don't worry if you could not follow these things. Don't worry. Yes, Jinky.
Out of the many things that were discussed, I would choose to look at it this way, that it's not a lot of things to do, a lot of things to follow, but more like we have a lot of ways. We are being given a lot of ways to show our devotion to Krishna. It's and choosing to see it in that way, that we are very lucky, and it's giving us hope that we are provided with a lot of ways on how we can please.
Very nice.
Krishna.
Yeah, it's a very nice observation you have done there. Yes, very good. Yes, It's an opportunity. So you have given many opportunities to please Krishna, and we may not be able to focus on many of them, but the opportunities are there. Yes, the opportunities are there, and this is a great mercy that we have so many opportunities. You know, simple things like offering obeisance give such an important result, such an amazing result. Going around the temple, singing in front of the deities, dancing in front of the deities, things that if you know and you remember when you have opportunity and you do, and you can experience by yourself the benefit, because there is oftentimes an immediate feeling of fulfillment when you do these things. You feel that you are doing right by doing those things. So yeah, gather the information, and when you have opportunity and you remember and you can apply, you can do, and then you feel by yourself how beneficial it is to do these things. Like probably you did not know that dancing is very pleasing to the Lord. So you may feel a little shy, but then you remember, but it's very pleasing to the Lord. I should push myself, and you go and you dance. You can break your shyness and start dancing, or singing loud, and you start singing, and then you feel, oh, it's so nice to sing loud, and you sing, and as you do one, little by little, you feel the benefit of all these injunctions, all these rules. They are there, yeah, to help us. Exactly. Chinky, very nice. Thank you. Yeah, they are there to help us. It's nothing. It's not difficult, actually. There's just too many, as you say, Riza. There are too many. You see, do I have to follow these things? And if I don't follow these things, what's going to happen? You can start freaking out. What's going to happen if I cannot follow all these things? No, don't worry. The information is there. You got it, and the opportunities will come that you can really show that you can do, and you feel happy to do. Oh, it's nice. Because why? Because they are meant to please Krishna. They are meant to please Krishna. And when we please Krishna, naturally we feel very satisfied within ourselves. It's an automatical thing. It's fantastic. Krishna reciprocates. So never mind, get the information. If you can do what you can do, and gradually you'll see it will unfold, and you start taking more and more advantage of these things, because it's for your benefit ultimately. Yeah. Kishori?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Haribo. Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Ashley.
thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Rupa Goswami ki jai, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande. Hari, Hari. Bol. Thank you.
Thank you.